And this dark fermentation is about uh, uh, the process of how process that produce from anaerobic process, kind of anaerobic digestion that stops in oxygenases and hydrogen produced is in this process. This three-stage process in dark fermentation, and this dark fermentation occurs in hydrolysis because the the bacteria for production of from fructose needs to be fructose of glucose needs to be obtained usually from waste, which are usually polysaccharides, that therefore it's needed thermolysis. It is also possible to produce hydrogen from fats and proteins, and that also requires uh, hydrolysis. The bacteria needs for hydrogen production usually needs to be stopped by pyrolysis, by heat treatment or other treatment like freezing, uh, airing, because this will make this bacteria coming back to spore form, and still until this bacteria eats this spore from breasts, this hydrogen production is produced. This sporage for bacteria will be occurring in gas analytic as hydrogen sulfide. It deposits, if not stopped, it causes production of methane if we not have pretreatment. However, there, there are some examples in nature that, however, no pretreatment was, hydrogen production occurs. And these are interesting for medicine because these examples can be gangrene infection, because vessel, if infected by Clostridium perfringensis, because the most efficient bacteria for dark fermentation Clostridium, which are strict bacteria, but fragile to air. However, in case we see of Clostridium perfringensis, we don't see that it's not so sensitive like we wanted. It's infected by a vessel. This vessel, if you touch, will stuck. And these noises are a result of hydrogen that occurs there. This gangrene can be so much that even can lead to explosion of the body, as it had place after burial of Henry VIII, King of England in 1546. You can also this feel when your tooth will collapse after decay, because the source of bacteria in your teeth, pathogenic bacteria, are untreated sugars, usually untreated food that covers the teeth. And because of this, bacteria comes to your near this teeth, and besides eating this the rest destroys some teeth due to the, uh, the acids, and the tooth will have hole, and things inside this hole bacteria produced hydrogen. This hydrogen will force this teeth to collapse, and that's why you lose your teeth when infected by decay. And bacteria can the most important waste because we are looking for hydrogen by dark fermentation as the source of utilization of waste and replacement of conventional method as oil, gas, and carbon, which are depleted. And soon we have, in 60 years, have an alternative way, and dark fermentation is one way. And we can see that the highest production of dark fermentation from the uh, polysaccharides as lignocellulose in case of is most efficient would be from the model of the full size, which is cotton. But when we checked the cotton, it wasn't that because this when we call because there wasn't any source of protein that close the uh, the the close the opens the force bacteria to produce is additional part of to produce hydrogen because in articles there is that the addition of alkyl plates, but wasn't any research with only alkyl plates because and this cotton plates that we for 1 kilogram of cotton and the optimal efficiency we produce 90 grams of hydrogen, which is 2 times lower than maximum potential of production of methane. So we don't produce so much hydrogen as methane for 1 kilogram of biomass. This is low efficiency, but still very can be useful to produce hydrogen. The advantage is just 24 hours. So we have to seek some replacement, for example, microbial electrolysis. But still, dark fermentation is promising method because this can utilize a lot of waste. And when we check the protein, it holds as gelatin. In case of gelatin, it looks that mostly bacteria takes uh, the source of this dead waste. But this dead waste, without heat shocking, after sometimes we close. So it's necessary to be source of protein, a source of this bacterial waste. This hydrogen production will occur continuously. So unstopped and very efficient. And for today, it's all. Thank you very much for listening to me.